Alright guys, today we're going to make an arrow in part of this weapon series. The arrow was used by many ancient peoples, mainly for hunting and combat use. Today we're going to make one. We got this piece of wood here, looks like sumac, and it's just a green piece. It's about a quarter to a half inch thick, and that's what we're going to use. There's a thin end, there's a thinner end, and there's a thicker end. The thicker end is where the fletching's going to go, and the thinner end is where the arrow point's going to go, and we're going to use a wood blunt point today. So anyways, let's start off by with the point, and the thinner end is the smaller end of the piece of wood. So what we're going to do is we're simply just going to take our knife and we're going to find the center. I'm just going to rock it back and forth about an inch. Alright, so we have something like that, and now we're going to come a little bit outside that cut, not quite to the outside, and we're going to do the same thing over here, and then the same exact thing on this side. Alright, now you can use your fingers or you can use your knife to get the extra pieces out that you don't want in there. Alright, so you should have something like that. Alright, now we're going to simply just take our point, put it in there, so you have something like that. Now once you have it in there, you can always see how that is, how the stick sticks out a little bit. You can take that out and take your knife and shave that down a little bit so it makes it a little more aerodynamic. Alright, do it on both ends. And then you just stick it on in there like that. Alright, now you can use sap or pine resin to glue it in there, kind of, after you melt it down, and then put your string on, but we're just going to use the sewing string to tie it on. You want to, at a good length of it, cut it. Alright, now you can do this a couple different ways. You can do a bowline knot, which is what we're going to do, or you can do it like a noose. We're just going to do a bowline knot. So we do that knot. There's our bowline. You can cut off any extra, or you can leave it on there for later. Alright, now you're going to put your string through the point or through the rod or whatever to the spot, to the bottom of that crack that you made. Alright, now you might have to push it down. Alright, now we're just going to very tightly, but not too hard to where we break this, and we're just going to wrap it around like that. Alright, and then you can cross, if you want, cross it like this, and then do an X crossing, and then you come right back on down before you run out of string, and then you tie it off. You can use any knot. You can use a square knot, a granny knot, or whatever, or clovitch. If you're doing a clovage, you don't have to do this, but we're just going to tie it to this extra piece we had. My hands are kind of sticky from all this sap on this log here, so it's kind of makes this a little difficult. Then you cut off the remaining string. So you get something like that. Alright? It's a nice blunt tip end. It fits pretty nicely. Now we're going to do our fletching. We're going to first start off with our knock, so we get that out of the way. And we're pretty much going to do this the same way we did with the making the knock for the arrow. Simply just by going down the middle. You don't have to go down the middle, but this makes it a little easier to split, to get the stuff out. And you go to the side of that cut on one end, and then on the other. Use your knife to kind of get all that out. Alright. There's a little spot here I need to smooth it out. You want to make sure this is straight too, because if it's curved, it's not going to fly straight and how you want it. Get rid of this extra. Alright. So you should have something like that. Alright. And there's the knock, or the string will be. Alright, now we're going to put this fletching on. You can use 2 feathers, you can use 3, or you can use 4. I usually use 3, but we're going to do 2 today. Just have a little bit of pine resin on them. But alright, so we're going to do that. We're going to do it the same way we done it with our tip. But as you can note, can notice here, these have these little ends cut off. So you have a little stem there and a stem here. That's where we're going to put our string. And then we'll spiral our string upward. So we'll put a bowline knot on it. Alright. And then we're going to find out where we're going to put this, so we're just going to put this string down the stick like that. We're not going to pull it all the way tight because we still got to get these feathers on. We're going to use these feathers to kind of measure out what we're going to do here. You don't want these feathers, you only want these feathers to be about 1 inch to 1.5 inches away from the knock. Alright. Now, you want it to where the feathers are on the side of the knock, to where it'd be like that. Alright. Now, once you get them on there, you're going to put them up here, and tie it tight. You start going around the bottom here with your string, and then you're going to start spiraling it upward like this. Alright. and you may have to move your feathers around to kind of get them straight. Alright, you'll get up here to where this is. Now, when you run out of string up here and you want to tie it off, you can either tie it off or you can glue it. Right now I've got some sap on this stump here, so I'm just going to take some of the sap off. I'm just going to rub it on there. If I can get any. I'm just going to rub it on there. Alright. So, you get something like that. Alright. That's basically it, guys. And we'll show you how this works, how it throws in our next video of making a bow.